She-Rag got me.
Week 17 of the National Football League. All eyes are on Jamar Chase. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Vikings and the Panthers on Thursday night.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And look at this. Right away, a loose football.
Ball on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 16 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. Flush to his right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Escaping the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hutchinson, and they'll drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
On 1st down, Doyle got his man. It's Dulcich. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Doyle. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to
touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. I'll let let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now. You can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Take it in at the 3. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Oscar Lawrence able to pass free and get to the quarterback.
How about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Taking it about the 36. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing to start the drive. Doyle. That's taken in by Watson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Doyle got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
He's got a man. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. On 1st and 10, Doyle. Touchdown, Vikings. Jamar Chase with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a 13-0 1st quarter lead. Charles, Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise, too.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Carlson now to kick this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Fields now to throw. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. No surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
An extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And the Vikings pick up the football. The 20. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon. We'll take a field goal when we see Panthers return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. And not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Following the fumble recovery, Doyle rolling to his right. And he will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kareem Hunt, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off as he did so with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Doyle. He's got a man complete. And he will be taken down with a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Doyle. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control.
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Jamar Chase with their second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
And 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One play action. Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Fields throwing again. Throw right side complete to Carter. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Back-to-back catches here for Carter. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. To throw is Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Boswell's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Throw left side complete to Chase. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They, of course, will decline the penalty and just take the yardage on the completion.
And this defense, they've got to be beyond frustrated at this point because even when they're grabbing and holding out there, they're still completing passes. If you grab someone, they shouldn't be able to catch it.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend. in the NFL. Plenty of good matchups in that 1 o'clock Eastern window. It'll be noon at Soldier Field in Chicago. And a big test for the Bears as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos out on the West Coast.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback so he maybe doesn't read the coverage correctly. Pretty good save.
A very strong gain at 24. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And they run the option on second down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, Doyle. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 33. Play action. Doyle. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. It's their quarterback. Scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Fields. Out to his left. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Here's Fields. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. It's a 45-yard punt and a decent return there of 9 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points on them.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Throwing on 1st down. Doyle finds his receiver, Watson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on a catch and run. This throw's going to put him over the top. Boy, did you think we'd ever see this? He's over 5,000 yards passing now in this, his rookie season in the NFL. Incredible.
Well, we have seen a trend of college quarterbacks who threw the ball well on Saturdays come right into the league and play well in the NFL. But this type of a number, I'm not sure we could have imagined it. We're watching something really special here.
To throw on 2nd down, Doyle. His throw incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
To throw on 3rd down, Doyle. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They'll run with Peterson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Doyle. And it's caught. Touchdown. Kareem Hunt. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This is fielded at the 27. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've played thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. But the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now again to Peterson running right. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. The Vikings on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. He finds Watson complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he'll get him. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Christian Watson
From 4 yards out. And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Doyle. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Operating from the gun. Doyle. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jamar Chase from 3 yards out. And the Vikings extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives. So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again. And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to end up incomplete. Even with such a big lead, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that? I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't it? Yeah, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. A carry here for Hunt. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Off the play fake. Doyle. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. The lessons will continue. This rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught at the 20. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Doyle. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and 2, Doyle. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks. And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone? On 3rd down, Doyle. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of big grins, I think, from people and their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Fields on first down. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields
eluding the pressure right. Ooh, the juke. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Now Fields. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On first down, Doyle.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Jamar Chase over to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw. Doyle. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wheeler. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Doyle. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you express that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Teabag